is in front of the gates, and it looks like a big metal thing, so I'm going to try and dig it up. Now I've dug around it slightly, and it's like a big metal ring, and it's very solid. It's got some blue paint on it because I just used the paint stick to dig the earth away. I'm going to get Tony to investigate more.
What's that?
What is this?
My hands are too cold.
Oh, it is really bitter cold today, isn't it? Now then. Now what could that be for? Because it can't be for the gates, surely. That would be too far back, wouldn't it? For the gates. Oh.
I don't know. My hands are too cold.
Oh, it is really bitter cold today, isn't it? The sun's come out, but it's super cold. Something solid down there.
How do you get sidetracked to doing this?
Because it's interesting.
I'm doing
because you started digging a hole in the concrete,
medieval bathroom.
and so far you haven't found anything. And then I tripped over this thing and thought, oh, I haven't found something. Oh, there's definitely stone under there, isn't there? Oh, is that brick or something under there? You haven't really got digging shoes on today, have you, Tone?
No.
Oh.
Oh, that's interesting.
Ah. These French shovels don't help, spades don't help, do they?
No.
Because you don't get any play on that handle, do you?
No.
Any leverage, I mean.
There's money, there's a coin there.
There is a coin.
A coin! Treasure!
Pick it up.
Hang on, I'm filming it first.
It's a 10p!
No! It is a 10 pence. Did you put that there?
No.
You did. Tell me honest, come on.
I didn't put it there.
How do we get a 10 pence piece?
English 10p.
Yes.
Must have been when they invaded.
Don't be daft. What year's it got on it? How did we get 10 pence down there? I can understand if it was a franc.
Hang on.
One of us must have dropped it at some point. But then, even when we're over here, we very rarely have English coins in our pocket.
Look at that.
Our son parked his van in here when he originally moved a lot of our stuff over for us, so maybe it was dropped there. What is this?
I don't know.
That's on a slope, isn't it? Is that stone or concrete? Concrete.
Could it be like...
I don't know. It looks like stone, actually, doesn't it?
God knows.
Does concrete go white like that? Oh. And what is it for? That's strange. So maybe when you raked it over, the reason you didn't find anything was because it slopes down from the road.
Yeah, 10p.
Yeah, it's an English 10 pence. How is that there?
2013.
It hasn't been there very long then, has it? No, that's obviously something to do with us, but that was really exciting for a moment. What is it? Yeah, what is it? Why would you... Is it cement or is it stone? And what it's a very solid metal ring, either set in a piece of stone or set in a piece of concrete.
Looks like stone. Looks like stone to me.
It does look like stone when you scrape it like that, doesn't it? And then you did discover when you've dug away from the gates that there's a few cobbles by the gate there. Ah. It doesn't look as if it lifts something up though, does it? Would it be something to do with...
Well, you could anchor the horses or something.
No, not on the floor.
No, it's like just... I don't know.
Well, I said dog.
No.
A
No.
dog.
The car?
Yeah, it's a...
Must be a ruddy grey dog.
Why would you- Why would you need a giant ring concrete,
it
not
could have been a dog
concreted?
tank out for guarding it or something. I don't know.
Don't take the mickey out of people's suggestions, Tone.
Well, if you're going to come up with something, please do something viable.
Well, what kind of dog be anchored to that on a lead?
It'd be a blooming big dog, wouldn't it?
It's a big. It's a. Perhaps just to anchor an elephant, eh?
Maybe.
Yeah, it's
That's
got to be
really
strong,
strange.
innit?
Why on a slope like
It's
that?
got to be something strong, innit?
Yeah. So what I'm saying is, it's some sort of anchor. That's stone as well, is it not?
Why you got a digger?
Well, Adam has, so we might have to get him to come and scrape this bit for us and see what's under
It's
it.
got to scrape this bit anyway.
Yeah,
Why that?
I
What are you putting
think.
back down.
I'm putting stone back in.
Yeah,
Oh,
look,
yeah.
stones. There's stones there. There's couples, is it not?
Wouldn't that be marvellous?
Oh God, yeah.
Wouldn't it be marvellous?
Let's hope. Even so, I still want to know why you would have a giant metal ring in the middle of your
I
cobbles.
don't think we're ever going to know.
Well, you couldn't even say it's something to do with gates, because that's way too big for a pair of gates, surely.
Of course it is.
Even if they were at some point further back, but I can't see it. We're finding more stone.
If it was summer, we could all sit round with a little thing.
Of course we could watch you digging it up.
People,
Yeah.
the ones that,
Oh, what with a little brush and
Yeah, with the-
excavating.
Yeah, that's it.
Archaeology.
yeah,
Yeah.
archaeology.
In the winter watching Tony dig it with a big shovel.
I thought you meant we could all just sit here with a little glass of wine and watch Tony dig
no,
it up.
we could have all done it with our little forks and that.
Little forks, little trowels.
Yeah,
Folks, yeah.
Yeah, not knife and forks.
boom.
Spoon, like you used to when you was a kid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's the end of it there.
Yeah, but is it?
Why?
Looks like something you'd find on the quayside to tie your boat to. But even that would be overkill. What could that possibly be?
Oh, I could use this like an anchor for a coach or something.
Why?
I don't know, just that's all I can think of.
An anchor for a coach.
Yeah, like when the coach comes
Right,
in,
we-
maybe they chain it to.
Just don't get blown away.
Yeah. Oh, but,
I'm
It's
just
called a chock, Tone,
or,
chock. Yeah.
isn't it? They put chock beside the wheels.
I don't know. What else could you use something like that for? In the ground? What would they?
Okay, let's look at the facts. What we got here.
Well, I'm thinking.
We've got a courtyard that's been here for years.
Yeah.
You've got gates that's been on there ever since them pillars were, and there's the old hinges up the top there. Right? So this
Yeah.
Is a courtyard. This is a barn, we know, because of that winch that goes through the floor up there. That's still
Right.
there.
Yeah, there's a winch that goes through the roof of the barn, the floor of the barn there, up to the top. So it would have been used as a barn. They would have winched stuff and stored it up there. What else could it have been used for? Now that has been there for a long time in a piece of stone. That has not been cemented in the 1970s, has it? I would say that's been there a lot longer.
Perhaps, it's only guessing, perhaps when they reverse the carton to unload it, that's what they just tied the horses to, yeah, to stop them moving while they unload the cart.
that's what I said earlier, and you called me a bozo.
Say that, did you?
Yeah.
He said the
Oh, then
coach.
you're talking about Tracy's dog.
No.
No, he's talking about a
I said
coach. If you had a coach.
No, you said tie up a cut. You
Let's
said to
wind
anchor-
it back when we
to
get
anchor
in.
the
Right.
coach, you
No,
said.
but first of all, I said,
No,
maybe,
you-
I did, that's
No.
what I meant.
Shut up.
Don't try to big yourself up. You said to anchor the coach.
It's on video, we'll rewind it later and have a listen.
You never said anything about horses.
He's on video actually.
You never said anything
No,
about
he did. He did say coach. After the dog, we suggested a coach. But I'm thinking, is it angled like that for a reason?
Keep digging, you.
Would it have been? Would it have had some cable on it or something to do with the winch?
I don't know.
Or now, Adam's got a big ring at the top of his staircase for taking barrels.
Yeah.
Well, if you thought there might be steps down there, Would there not be steps somewhere else? Because it seems to be stepping down to me.
You're digging a hole here, too.
He's got cold hands, bless him.
Yeah.
Oh, I've started something now. What we need is the time team. They could come and dig it up for us. And then they can tell us what they found. What about your metal detector?
What about it?
Well, we haven't tried it out here. What?
It'd just be full of nails.
We don't know that, do we? It could have been full of gold coins, though.
What their pences?
Or 10 pence.
Oh. 10 pences, no. That's really weird. That's probably been there about 2 or 3 years. We've obviously dropped it at some point. I wouldn't be surprised if there is some French coins out here somewhere. Mind you, if you found something, it'd take an awful long while to dig it up, wouldn't it? It's solid down there, isn't it? That's weird.
Isn't it? Another mystery. We
I
should
can't
never
think
know.
of anything else apart from bolting up heavy horses as you're unloading the wagon.
Yes.
But then why would you not bolt them to the wall or something? Why would you?
Because the middle of the horses are here.
Yeah,
That's the only thing I think of, isn't it?
but it's not big enough. Surely you'd have a bigger loop, would you not? What would you bolt the chassis of the cart or something?
No, you're not putting the horse's head through here, are you?
I'm talking about the horse's head.
Well, you'd have chains through there onto the pair of heavy horses.
Well, it's not really big enough for a chain, is it?
Well, it depends how big your bloody chain is, isn't it?
I
really?
suppose, but it does seem very strange. It's definitely a loop, isn't it?
Yes. That's what I ran it for, and I am convinced of that.
Are you?
Yeah.
I'm sure somebody will have an idea.
That's what.
But yeah, very strange.
Yeah, right.
We're going in because it's freezing cold and we're not going to dig it any further. But there's definitely some bits of stone down there. Unfortunately we have very stony ground. And there you are, just to give you an idea. That's how far away from the gates it is, although it's in the middle of that opening. No steps down there then.
Not yet. No.
You're going to investigate further another day?
Another day. Not today.
Okay. I still would like to see this arch bit. I'm not sure how you can see that through the ivy. All we can see is ivy growing up the wall. Now, I don't think I'm going to risk that because I know I'm going to slide straight into the water if I go down there. Did you actually go down here or not?
Yeah, there's steps down there.
Yeah, I know, but it's covered in leaves. It's slippy. I'll get Tony to go down there and film it for me when it's better weather. Do we notice something missing out here? They finally took down the Christmas decorations. They've come this morning and took the lights down, but they've forgot the Christmas tree. It's still there, but it's the middle of January now. And we did wonder how long it was going to take them to take the Christmas lights down. Now they've gone. We've actually got a really nice spring day today. It's about 13 degrees, which is really mild for the middle of January. It's very quiet out here because the river's not flowing over the weir like it normally does. And as you can see, it's flowing quite fast in the other direction. Well, this is the flow of the river normally anyway. but it usually hits the weir and goes over the weir, but it seems to be coming back from the weir. Now some of the fields over the back there, which is the floodplain, some of those are flooded. This is fairly high for the river. This time of the year this is not unusual, and you can see the heights of it against the archways under the bridge there. Sometimes it covers our bottom few steps down here, so it's not, I've seen it higher, but not a lot higher, and hopefully it won't get any higher. It's very calm out here, but it's a beautiful spring-like day today. And look what I've just spotted already. This is the middle of January. I found a snowdrop. There must be more than one. Oh, there's lots. There's lots coming up here. Is there any more flowers? I can't see any more actual... Oh, I can see some bigger shoots. See all these snowdrops popping up? None of those have got flowers on yet, but it won't be long. But wow, look at that, the first snowdrop. The first snowdrop, and it's only in the middle of January. We've had a couple of warmer days. It's about 13 degrees I think today, 14 maybe. The sun is warm on my back. But wow, snowdrops. Spring is coming. And you can hear the birds. I can hear Tony with the grinder in the distance. And find out what he's up to. I think I found a clue. If we've got a long extension cable going somewhere. Ah, he's up his new ladders. He's sliding down this old train track. It's obviously been up there a few years because it's grown into the tree, or the tree's grown around it. Now we've got the scrap man coming back again tomorrow for a few more bits. So Tony's making him a nice pile of stuff to take away. He told me earlier that he found another one of these in the front of the courtyard of this barn here. We're outside the back of the end barn, side barn, next to the river. But I didn't see that one because the scrap man's already taken the other one away. It's quite heavy duty, that, isn't it?
Yeah.
How are you actually going to get it down without it causing a problem, Tone?
What?
How are you actually going to get it down?
Yeah, cut the rivets out that end.
You've cut the what?
The rivets off.
Right. Are you going to cut it into pieces? Can it come down in one piece, is it? It's going to be quite heavy though. And then the scrap man won't get that on his trailer. I think he might have to cut it in half. Anyway, he bought himself a new ladder, which obviously he's going to get an awful lot of use out of. So he will be using this to get rid of lots more ivy. Ooh, the river's looking very high. Every time I come out here I find these beautiful horse chestnuts. They're absolutely massive. Wow, yes, the river is looking quite high and quite murky. Although I can see through parts of it. It's all rushing over the it's all rushing over the weir there, which is good because it's not coming our way. We're not sure what this has been used for, but we think because it's got this huge wire dangling from it, that at some point it's maybe been used to hang up the wild boar that they've obviously caught. As I've shown you before, all the trophies above the door there behind it.
It's growing into the tree.
Okay. How much?
Well, that end, about 6 inches into the tree that way.
Is it?
Yep.
Okay. So it's been up there for a long, long time then.
Years and years.
Actually, the tree's grown around it. We still have no idea where it would have come from, of course. As far back as the war, maybe?
All of that, I should think.
Would it have been... Oh, so it might have been left over after the war or something?
Maybe.
Maybe even the first one.
Yeah.
Who knows?
How old are these trees?
Yeah. How old are they? And the sun's coming out. That's nice. It's actually a lot warmer today, isn't it?
Yeah.
Will you have to cut the tree trunk or just the metal?
No, just the metal.
Just the metal. Gonna try and zoom in a little bit. I'll try and hold the camera steady so you can see what Tony's doing. You can see how well it's wedged up there. It's been wedged in the fork at that end and then wedged in what would have been a fork at this end, but obviously since it was put up there the branch has gone, one facing us. I was wondering if that might be loose at that end. Can't see if that's grown in. Have you been up there to have a look? Right. Change of tactics. It's a nice shiny new ladder, Tone. What was that?
Yes, it is.
Yes, it is, Tone. Ah, it moved though. Ah, this could work. Except your ladder's in the way. At the other side?
Yeah.
Oh, round that side. Well, is that quite light, that ladder, Tone? Hey. Ah.
Throw me that crowbar up, will you?
Okay. Where is it? Oh. How am I going to do that? Are you coming down? Oh, I'm getting out of the way. Hey. Yeah, it's not that stuck on that end, is it? It's because it's fixed on that end. It's that end's holding it. Oh, it's going. That is heavy, isn't it? Oh! Well, that solved that problem, Tone.
Yeah, very good.
Are you going to chop it up now? How big is that? It's not. It's fairly wide, isn't it?
Yeah.
What would you say that was? About 2 foot wide?
Something like that.
Maybe not quite 2 foot wide.
I don't know.
It's quite heavy duty stuff, isn't it? So what would they call that? What gauge?
No idea. Nothing.
Oh, I'm sure some railway person would be able to tell us. Type of thing they might use at a quarry or a mine or something like that. No mines around here though. Maybe some quarries. Is it just made of iron? It's heavy, isn't it? Really heavy, I mean. Wow. And then obviously it's been bent at that end.
The trees have done that.
Yeah. Where the tree's grown, it's squashed the end of it. Wow, that's really interesting though. And you can see where it would have joined onto the next piece on the end here. There's like a bracket. It's a bit like those model railways that you buy when you're, well, it's like those model railways you have when you're a kid, where you fit all the pieces together. I suppose it's the same principle. And that's where it's bent. The tree's bent it, and then there's another bit on that end. Still pretty solid, isn't it? Yes. After all them years. Are you going to chop it in half?
Yeah.
To make it easier for the scrap man to take it away. We can't reuse this, can we? Not unless we've got a train. No. Be a big train set, wouldn't it?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, pretty weighty. Anyway, it's now in 2 bits, which makes it easier to carry. Let's hope he turns up tomorrow.
Yeah.
Oh. Tom's cutting the wire off as well. Where are you making him a pile, Tone? At the front of this bit. Oh, even that is really heavy, isn't it? Are you going to cut it again? Where's it going to?
In the barn.
In the barn? Have we got a pile of stuff in the barn then?
Yeah.
Ready for him to come take away? Ah. Oh right, we got some old bits of guttering and some old railings and some mesh, some other bits of metal. I don't know what that rusty bit is. So, what's your next job then, Tone, with your new ladders?
That's off the top one.
Oh, we're going to get rid of the boar's feet. Well, I'm just walking past the corner of the barn and I found a bottle in the ground here. I don't think it's anything special. Oh, it's actually got liquid in it, but I think it's just rain. Yes, keep finding things. It's quite an old one. Just a plain bottle. Tony wants to cut this tree down. Doesn't really fit in this garden very well, does it? Yeah, it's looking a bit tatty as well. These type of fir trees, once they lose their green on the outside, it never comes back. So that won't green up. It's where it had other things growing behind it that have been cut back. Well, I think we're pretty much clearing all the garden and starting afresh, so yeah, it looks a bit weird. Well, there are a few trees that we're keeping, especially the chestnut, the sweet chestnut and the horse chestnuts, but they will get a haircut. I think this one could probably go, and it's a bit close to the barn. It's probably not good for the barn anyway. You want to cut this down now? Yeah, you threw it. You threw it off the ladder. Tony's lost his hammer. He's dropped it while he was up the ladder. He dropped it on purpose, but it's landed on the floor now. We can't find it. Let's play hunt a hammer. Is it coloured or is it just black or something? No? Can't remember. Can't remember what your hammer looks like. Not colour anyway. It's obviously landed in the leaves somewhere and bounced, I would think. Ah, would it have a blue handle? It's hiding under here, look. There we are. No, it's not a blue handle, it's a black handle. I think so. I think it's too close to the barn. It's not going to do the barn wall any good. Although this one here, I think we might keep that one. That's more of a shrub. But yes, it got very, very big, but if we keep it cut back a little bit.
It's already grown, look.
Yeah, I like it. I'm not sure if it gets flowers on. We'll wait and see, won't we? But yeah, get rid of the fir tree because that's never going to come back. At least this one will grow into some sort of reasonable looking shrub. Ooh. It's a simple sweet and sour chicken recipe. It's not a deep fried one. It's actually a fairly healthy one because we're trying to be a little bit more careful now after Christmas. Right. So this is what Tony's found. Now this is the corner of the building